Hi, I'm Rosenberg. Welcome to my latest YouTube video and podcast. Before I begin, I want to remind you of my self-love recovery mailbag. I answer questions that you either sent me as an email at help@selfloverecovery.com or you left in the comments or discussion section at the end of each video. I give about 5 or so minutes at the end of every video to answer one of those questions. So please, if you got one, ask it. Today's video is on a concept I created about 8 or 9 years ago called the Surgeon General's warning. I got it from the real Surgeon General of the United States, who is tasked with protecting the safety and the health of the American public. This position, which is largely symbolic, is appointed by the President of the United States. And Surgeon General's warning are often on consumable products that could be dangerous, that have been linked to potential danger. For example, on cigarettes, there is a Surgeon General warning on the side of the cigarette box. If you smoke, you get emphysema, birth defects. On a bottle of alcohol and other consumable products, dietary supplements, items, consumables, products that the American public needs to know is not helpful and not safe. But you get a choice to proceed. By the way, I know this because I've traveled abroad. There are similar warnings in other countries. They just don't call it the Surgeon General warning. I created the Surgeon General warning for my self-love recovery treatment program. And what I wanted people to know is there are consequences. There are predictable consequences that will happen if you proceed in this program. If you decide to overcome self-love deficit disorder or codependency and you follow through with either my treatment program or someone who does something similar, there are unavoidable outcomes that are going to hurt, that are going to be negative, adversive. They might even make you suffer. And I say that because I want people to know full well that to recover from codependency or self-love deficit disorder, you are taking a risk and you should know about it ahead of time, because when you get to it, I don't want you to be surprised and say, what the heck? I had no idea this would happen. This ain't cool. And then back away, fold up head, run away from your recovery and just revert back to your codependent, sad, passive, shut down, pliable, moldable ways. I'm going to read from you a graphic that I created. Ross's Surgeon General warning. Ceasing one's codependency or self-love deficit disorder result in abnormally high rates of conflict, disapproval, and heartbreak. Other risks include rejection and abandonment, as well as a loss of so-called loving, supportive, and loyal friends and loved ones. Anticipate at least 6 months of debilitating core shame, self-doubt, and pathological loneliness. I include this in my program, this warning. Now, when I give it, it's not as cute and condensed as I have it in the graphic that I just shared with you. I want people to have all the information up front so they can make an informed decision on participating in self-love recovery treatment, so that they know that there is going to be unavoidable losses and consequences should you break free from the narcissistic abuse, the gaslighting, the overpowering domination, the power and control dynamic. There is always going to be consequences. And these consequences are created by the narcissist, who is going to punish you, manipulate you, or try any way or anyhow to get you to go back to the passive role that you were in before you decided to break free. The other person that's going to break you down is the SLD. It's ourselves. It's our self-doubt. It's our fear. It's our loneliness. It's the core shame that comes with SLDD, which is a part of what we are trying to heal in this program. When you enter the self-love recovery treatment program, which it takes about 6 months to a year, that's about how long it takes my clients to get really tangible results and feel like they are moving from self-love deficit disorder, codependency, to self-love abundance. You're faced with dilemmas. You're faced with the dilemma of setting boundaries on people who do not respond well to boundaries. And when you set such boundaries, you're going to get predictable reactions, predictable outcomes. If you don't believe me, just ask yourself. Think of a narcissist that you're in a relationship with and think of what will happen if you say, if you don't stop doing this, I'm going to leave you. Well, there's going to be a reaction. And it's probably going to be a punitive reaction, a consequence, something that's negative that is meant to scare you, coerce you to connect with your fear of being lonely or somehow be connected to this overall gaslighting or misinformation campaign. More than that, there could be a punishment. The narcissists understand that the codependents, people with self-love deficits are afraid of being alone. They calculate that most of the time. They rely on the SLD feeling insecure enough and afraid enough that they're going to hunker down in the normal dysfunction of the relationship. They also know that the SLD is weak, and a lot of the narcissists prey upon that. They not only highlight it, they build upon it. They build layers and layers upon it. They enlarge it. They magnify it. They artificially create information that is just random, create information to scare the SLD into submission. So this is my Surgeon General warning. You are going to lose between 50 to 85% of the people that you thought you loved or who you thought loved you. It sounds like a big number, but it is almost always the case. 50% is a low number. Think about it. All the people that you are in a relationship with, they are connected to you because of something about your personality, something about your relationship with yourself and others, something about you and your partner. Think about this. I'm not suggesting you do it. Just in your mind, we'll call it a thought experiment. You divorce your partner. You break up with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner. What do you think the narcissist is going to do? They are going to do anything and everything to get you back. In fact, I've written many articles and have YouTube videos on the many ways the narcissist sabotage breakup attempt. You are going to lose relationships because people are going to punish you. They're going to think there's something wrong with you. They're going to be angry at you. They're going to be ashamed. There's so many reasons that people are going to not want to be in a relationship with you should you break free from the narcissist. A lot of these people are narcissists. It's not just the one narcissist you're breaking free from. There is a network of narcissists. Remember, in the human magnet syndrome, to every SLD or codependent, there's a narcissist. So if you have a sibling group and you're the codependent, the odds are your siblings are either codependent or narcissist. If you break up with your narcissist and one of your siblings' husband, your brother-in-law or sister-in-law, is close with that person, they will have a reaction also. Or the narcissist who you're breaking up from is going to sabotage you, triangulate, turn people against you, poison the minds of people. They are going to do whatever they can to either get other people to work on their behalf, get you to stay in a relationship, not leave, to threaten you, or to support them in their harsh and judgmental treatment of you. They are good at playing the victim, playing the role of the hurt, broken, abandoned one. So you're going to lose people who are narcissistic, who are judgmental, and who think that you are being the bad person, the wrong person, and look at the partner from whom you're breaking up as a victim. But if they have a partner who's a codependent and you're friends with, say your sister, and your sister is codependent and your brother-in-law is narcissistic, well, if your brother-in-law is mad at you and thinks there's something wrong with you, and your sister is an SLD and she is in relationship with him, well, she is going to support the narcissist. And that is an important fact to consider. The people that are going to leave you are not just the narcissists who are going to judge you. They're not just the people who are sympathetic with narcissists who are judging you. Not just the people who have been manipulated or conned or triangulated to believe something that's not necessarily true, who has bought this narrative, this victim narrative that you're poor old, and I quote this, air quotes, poor old narcissist who's getting hurt, who's getting broken up, they might leave you. But the folks, the individuals, the loved ones that are attached to them, who are connected to them, they have no other choice but to support their narcissist's choice, to empower them, to support them. So that your sister who is married to the narcissistic brother-in-law. Well, she's not going to be able to talk to you. And she doesn't have the strength. She doesn't have the power to stand up for herself because she is a broken down, buried codependent. And she does not have the strength, the courage, the audacity to fight for what you deserve, the treatment program, the resources that you do. So given a choice between supporting her narcissistic husband or you, the codependent is going to choose the person that they are most controlled by. So you're going to lose the narcissist. You're going to lose the SLDs who are in support of the narcissist. You're going to lose the people who are not connected to you, who are open to and willing to accept whatever the narcissist says as truth. There is a strata, a layer of friendships, a layer of people that you know, because there's different layers of friends, different layers of relationships. And as you move away from the deep, close layer to the friend layer to the acquaintance layer, these people don't really have an investment and they pick a side really easily. And if someone comes up to them and feeds them a narrative that there's something wrong with you and you are this bad, ungrateful person, you're whatever the narcissist is projecting or blaming you, they're going to be susceptible to this information. And because you don't have a close relationship, because you guys don't know each other well, they're not going to contact you and check out the accuracy of what they're being told. So you're going to lose them. You're going to lose people that, similar to an assassination, your narcissist is going to make sure that she is going to kill or he is going to kill any relationship you have in order to punish you or in order to try to get you to come back. And that is going to be foremost on their mind, is to somehow sabotage it, kill the relationship, to embarrass you, to make you seem unlikable, unlovable. This assassination attempt, I know that's kind of graphic. Maybe another term is better. But you're going to lose those people. If you have children and the parents of your children, say your children are young, they're 10, they're in the teen years, and you have a social group, a support group, a group of local parents where you guys get together, and your ex who you are divorcing or leaving, the narcissist, gets to this group and floats this narrative that you are this bad person, you've done something, either of what is true that is private, say you had an affair, or something that is really none of anyone's business. They're going to make sure that these people have the information so that they can't unfairly judge you because they only know the part of the story that is fed to them by the narcissist. You'll lose them. If you belong to a religious institution, a church, a mosque, a synagogue, and you and your partner are deeply connected to the community, it's quite possible the narcissist is going to exploit the relationships with that also. They're going to find a way to make it look like you are being an ungodly person, a sinner, that you are doing something that is against the rules, the Bible, whatever. They're going to try to infiltrate these relationships, infect these relationships, and make you look like you are not a good person that is not appropriately religious or spiritual. They're going to try to undermine any environment, any set of relationships, any activities, any special groups of people where you have connections to. They're going to infiltrate them and get people to know a narrative that paints you very badly. But here is the good news. Gosh, I must have scared the crap out of you. All these people you're going to lose. It's inevitable because the people that love, respect, care, trust, and protect you, LRCTP. These are the constituent components of love. I wrote about that in my latest book, The Codependency Revolution. But the people that love, respect, care, trust, and protect you, who know you, they are going to be inoculated from any form of divisive manipulation the narcissist is going to try to bring upon you, to try to hurt you with. They are going to stick with you. The ones that understand what you're doing, they're going to support you. And they're not going to be a lot of them. But they will be gold. They will be virtual gold nuggets in your life. Yes, you're going to lose people that you loved and you thought loved you, but they didn't really know you and they're not invested in getting to know you. And I want you to think about that. People who are invested in getting to know you, the people who are invested in you being happy, they're going to want to know why you're leaving this person, why you're divorcing this person. And they're going to listen, and they're going to have compassion, and they're going to have empathy, and they are going to support you because love in these type of relationships is unconditional. SLDs don't have many relationships that have unconditionally loving bonds. And then there are the new friends you're going to make, the friends that are going to get to know you as a self-loving person, the person who is learning to take care of themselves, the person who is protecting themselves, the person who won't take narcissistic abuse, won't take gaslighting, the person that is 100% invested in being happier, even if it's not a quick ascent upwards. There are ups and downs. You're going to have them, and you're going to make more of them. And if they are your children, odds are that if the children have been raised in the environment that you are leaving, there's no telling what they will do after the smoke clears and after everything is finished. There's no telling if they're going to support you or not support you. But you have to trust that in time, they're not going to get the love, the support, the encouragement from the gaslighting, manipulating, brainwashing, narcissistic parent. They're going to start missing you and start realizing you're a happier person. It might take a little while, weeks to years. It all depends on the age of the child and what is going on. But if you live your life, you are focused on self-love recovery, you love unconditionally, you accept them back, and you try your best not to hold them responsible because it's going to hurt. The odds are these kids are going to come back. And if they don't come back in this open, loving, reconciling way, they'll come back in a more superficial way, which could be acceptable. But the person that's going to come back, the person that you needed all along that you lost, is yourself. You're going to develop a loving relationship with yourself that is going to fill empty spaces. It's going to light up darkened rooms. It's going to bring joy to your heart when you once were sad, lonely, and full of shame. That is your future, is your life with yourself. You won't be suffering from the stinging pain, the bone-aching pain of loneliness. You will be living by yourself, whether it's a small apartment or a house. You will have custody of your life. You won't be under the oppressive shadow of the narcissist. You will have lost 50 to 85% of these folks, but these people were never meant to love you, because the ones that can and will or should, they're going to stick around, they're going to come back, or they're never going to have left you. You are shedding necessary parts of your life, a painful shedding process. The Surgeon General warning, the fact that you're going to lose 50 to 85% of the people you thought who you loved or who you thought they loved you, they didn't. They didn't know you. The people you want are the ones that embrace the real you. So as much as this will hurt, remember, this is going to occur while you are working on yourself with support from hopefully a therapist, support from a network of new friends, whether it's a therapy group, a therapist, a 12-step group. You're not going to do this in a vacuum. You're not going to do this alone. You're going to have help. So the losses are going to be a gift. Yes, the Surgeon General talks about a gift. You're going to lose all the necessary people who could not love, respect, care, trust, and protect you. You are going to therefore open up a path for new friends, to nurture yourself in ways where people will want to participate in that nurturing process. So I hope this helps. I hope you look at the Surgeon General warning as inspiring, as hope for the future, as like a season, a necessary season, a winter that you have to go through in order to get to the spring. If you would like more information about my self-love recovery treatment program or any of the other work that I do, please go to selfloverecovery.com. That's where the Self-Love Recovery Institute is. Or email me at help@selfloverecovery.com. Or if you'd like to get exclusive content and learn more about what I do and what I'm doing in the background and know about it before everyone else, consider subscribing to my Self-Love Recovery Patreon program. Information about that will be in the description part of this YouTube video, or just go to our website at selfloverecovery.com. Now it is time for the Self-Love Recovery mailbag. Let me read the email. Okay, then what do you do when this happens? They are playing victim, crying that they are depressed and want to die after assaulting you, degrading you, insulting you, all horrible stuff, gaslighting you for days. So then how do you deal with it? They believe their own lies. How do you fix it? Well, this is a really sad question. And basically what I'm hearing is you are stuck in a relationship where you cannot escape the narcissist. If you try to stand up for yourself, they act wounded, like they're hurt, like a wounded animal. This is what I call the humanization trick. I have several videos on this where they pretend to be human-like and sad and have these emotions that are meant to bring you back in, meant to play with your empathy, meant to degrade your resolve from leaving them. And as soon as they do that, they'll turn on you and go back to their more assaultive, aggressive, harmful ways. So what you're talking about is being trapped. And the only way that you can escape that is find a way where you can learn about what parts of yourself that keep you entrapped. It's easy to find out what the narcissist is doing. Well, easier, but it's much more difficult to learn about why you choose to stay in these relationships when you don't have to, why you are afraid of leaving, and how much that scares you. And this has very much to do with this video that preceded this question. So what I'm trying to say is this person sounds terribly narcissistic, terribly abusive, and will be this way no matter what you do. They will go in a cycle of begging you and pleading with you to not leave them, to assaulting, hurting, degrading, sabotaging you. And that cycle will not end. And you have to find a way out. And the way out is to find self-love, is to build the core of yourself inside that has been obliterated so that you have the strength and the resolve to go through these many stages of breaking away. I hope that helps. Should anyone have another question that they would like me to answer at the end of my next video, please don't hesitate. It's been wonderful talking to you guys as always, and I wish you the very best. And should you want more information, just go to selfloverecovery.com or shoot me an email at help@selfloverecovery.com. Take care and be well.